Hello there, Site 42 staff, as well as those of you from the greater SCP Foundation. And welcome to another Fan Art Friday, a subsidiary of the anomalous broadcast from Site 42. As always, I am Dr. Theron Sherman, Site Director here at Site 42 of the SCP Foundation. And as I have done for over a year and 2.5 months and counting, because that's right, the daily stream streak remains strong. I'm here to open my office doors to you, the SCP Foundation staff, to answer your burning questions about this dark and mysterious place of employment we call the SCP Foundation. So whether you have questions about the anomalies we contain, the staff who contain them, the groups of interest who try to stop us from containing them, or hypothetical containment procedures about anomalies that fall outside of the SCP Foundation's purview, perhaps they're from a different multiverse or pataphysical narrative level, i.e. fandom. Either way, we are here for the next approximately 50 minutes for Fan Art Friday, followed by some general Q&A to finish the stream. But before we get into the Fan Art Friday, let me start with a little bit of housekeeping. CD23, congratulations on being the #1 most punctual member of today's Containment Hazard Assessment team, i.e., congratulations on being first chatter. Alongside you, Chesta Factory, Legendary Doge, Froy, Creepypasta George Harrison, Amber, Titanborn, Silent Follower, Aoki, Rune, Amber, Dr. Lovelace. Everyone who I have just named, thank you for being here punctually, and thank you for being here as members of Site 42 on YouTube. We appreciate your membership and your service. Furthermore, interns, Griffith, 100 stars, Rain, McCullough, Site 96, Bored as Hell, Jackamoom, Goji, Lumen, Some Person Perhaps, Marksy, and Raven. Welcome to today's stream. Thank you for being here punctually, and thank you for being here today, just for being you. Now, for today's sponsor, I will remind you, our journey to get an SCP movie made continues, even after the failure of the SCP Containment Breach Kickstarter. And part and parcel of my annoyance with that over the last few days has been the announcements of several more internet horror to movie theater pipeline projects. Such, not only do we have The Backrooms by Kane Pixels, but now we're getting Siren Head, written by Zach Kreger, director of Weapons. We're also getting Steven Spielberg producing the Mandela Catalog movie. All of this, and the SCP Foundation is still movieless. Even though we came before The Backrooms, we came before Siren Head, we came before the Mandela Catalog, and yet Hollywood is terrified of our Creative Commons license. It turns out sharing isn't caring for the Hollywood elites. But that will not stop us upstart artists from making our way to theaters. We are following instead the path of Markiplier and Iron Lung. We are growing our own channels. We are growing our own fandom. And we will build it from the bottom up. And in that name, I am currently requesting your help for what could be a part of that process. In my hometown, in 2 weekends, there is a YouTuber convention called Open Sauce. It is a tech-focused YouTube event based on mechanics and builders, but it will also include such a litany of different YouTube creators from different fields. some of which might be very interested to learn about the SCP Foundation from a charming fellow and representative such as myself, as well as know a guy who might be able to help us get an SCP movie made. I'm thinking Captain Disillusion could be useful for that. I'm thinking the Corridor Crew could be useful for that, especially with their links to Markiplier. Aaron from Game Grumps might be a boon to the SCP Foundation community. Who knows? But the current project is to try and send me to meet all of these creators. The tickets are rather expensive. Now, I will tell you, there is updates on the Send Dr. Sherman to Open Source stratagem, which is, I have officially called off of work for the weekend. So, my students and my employer do know that I will not be at my cover job that weekend. That means, people, that we are locked in. So any excess donations that you can add to this pot to help me afford the either $835 industry ticket to go all 3 days, or the nearly $1,600 VIP ticket to get lots of behind-the-scenes opportunities to speak to these people face to face, to give them my pitch, to show them our YouTube channel and our community and the SCP community, would be most appreciated. The more we can raise to mitigate the ginormous cost of taking my weekend off of work as well as paying for these crazy tickets, the better the ability for us to make this happen. Will that mean longer streams, Dr. Sherman? Intern Tambari, I don't know what you mean. In fact, the fact that I am working for you all by going to the convention means that streams probably will be the same weekend short streams we typically have. Now, if I'm able to stream from the convention, I'll at least be able to show you some really cool stuff, but that is a question dependent on the reception of signal at the convention. So I can't guarantee streaming from the convention. That'll depend on if the signal for cellular works. If it does, I will gladly utilize that because I do believe they have a pro filming and recording policy at the convention. It is, after all, a YouTube convention. But yes, ending our sponsored segment, if you have some extra scratch to donate to the Site42 coffers to assist me in being our representative at Open Source 2026, I would appreciate your generosity. Also, as Dr. Lovelace says, if possible when doing so, please be sure to donate using the Site42 Ko-Fi, linked in the Site42 support beacon, which is pinned in the chat. The reason for this is Ko-Fi only takes 3% of your donation as a service charge, whereas YouTube Super Chats, YouTube gets 30% of your donation, and then if you donate on an iPhone, then Apple gets another 30%. So a lot of your donation goes elsewhere if you use Super Chats. Ko-Fis are more directed, and we appreciate your effort in utilizing that platform. Hopefully you can stream Dr. Sherman because our stream streak will remain strong. Intern Harry, the stream streak will not be ended by this open source convention. I guarantee you that. The stream streak will survive. I guarantee that. Now, that is our sponsored segment. That is our current mission. Now we are moving over to Fanart Friday, after which we will engage in donations and general Q&A. So, let us begin. Starting with Intern Opal is our first fanartist of the day. And Intern Opal brings us silly little doodles of Doctors Kondraki, Clef, and Sherman. What the hell is these two's deal? Is something I have to say very often at the Foundation. So I do appreciate the accuracy of this piece. Good work, Opal. Let's see our next fanartist. We have art from Minty Andrea in the chat. Minty Andrea brings us a litany of art. Let's see. The quote here, bored as hell, says, has someone made an image of Dr. Sherman and Dr. Clef as the mugshots of Barbie and Ken? That would be so funny. Well, hi Barbie. Hi Ken. Hi Dr. Sherman and Dr. Clef as Barbie and Ken. Very good. Very nice. The next piece of art Minty Andrea sent. Apparently Minty Andrea was... I assume you meant we mistook you for 323. Because 323 is the Wendigo skull. 343 is the fraud, not God, reality bender who thinks it's God. But yes, you don't see it, but we do see it. Yes. You have very pretty flowers, though. That is a differentiating factor. Then, we have a cross test between SCP-166 and Minty Andrea. Very, very prettyful cross test, in fact. Very nice. I don't know the results, but that is quite nice. And then you brought us researcher Talaran. Obviously, horrifyingly being tortured by SCP-3999, but overall, very good work. Minty Andrea, thank you for the successful artining. Let us continue on to our next fanartist. Aoki is our next fanartist. And Aoki brings us SCP-076-2, codename Abel, participating in the tradition of the hot dog eating contest. What all Mobile Task Force members must go through as members of the Site-42 universe of the Foundation. I hope you enjoy that hot dog, Abel. Oh, Intern Funk, you asked a very good question yesterday. That was a nice conversation. Now you're doing that whole Bible thumping in the chat. Don't spam Bible verses in our chat. It's rude. This is not the current stream subject. You are off subject. It is against the stream rules. Don't make us hide you for spamming. I'm disappointed in you. I thought you were cool. Next up, some person perhaps has sent us just so much art. In this moment, I thank you for sending things in a singular email. Because, wowza, did you send the art? An alignment chart of SCP-999. At first, let's find out. Lawful good, classic 999. I mean, it has facial features and it's small. That's not the classic, but okay, I'll see what you're cooking. I'll give you a chance. Simple but still acceptable to draw, captures whimsy. Neutral good, lore accurate. Thank you. I mean, I believe neutral good should actually be lawful good. That is lore accurate. That is the rule thing. Couch size, good as the centerpiece for fan art. Slightly boring simplicity. That is true. Chaotic good, overly detailed. Dear God, so slimy. Natural peanut butter texture, technically canon. No, it is canon. And animators can suck it for trying to draw this, dear Lord. Lawful neutral, okay for 3D models, very simple, good for animations. It has a cutesy lollipop. Everyone loves a little cutesy lollipop on the bean. True neutral. I have not seen people drawing Cat 999, even though I do have possession of a Cat 999. Very nice. Chaotic neutral. Oh, Lord. Technically canon to Asset Florida Orange. Oh, boy. Lawful evil. Slightly unethical. Tasty. 99 is possibly fine. Possibly. I like your rough, coarse, fine, very fine 1-to-1 ratio there. That's the SCP-914 blender. Neutral evil. Fan if you ignore that test log. My fault. Purely for self-defense. 999 will utilize the Glock if you try to put it in a blender. Chaotic evil. No. SCP-001, Dr. Clef's proposal. Oh, you're drawing all of them. The living room. SCP-002. SCP-003, biological motherboard. SCP-004, the keys. Stream combo broken. Desk ask and you shall receive. Dr. Sherman playing saxophone on the desk of alto clef. Sick jazz solo. And I actually don't know what's going on here. It is very pretty and colorful. What are we seeing here? Huh? Dr. Clef in inks. Hold on 1 second. Intern Funk, I will simply reiterate. We are constantly inundated with people dropping random Bible verses in our chat. It is considered spam. It is not pro-social behavior to spam Bible verses in the chat. It is in fact antisocial behavior. And so please halt the conversation with Desk. Do not waste time that could be had having fun in the SCP Foundation verse. This is your chance to drop the issue. Continuing on the Fanart Friday. Thank you, some person perhaps, for the plethora of fanarts. Next up, intern Hunter Mark has brought to us an animation. Let us stop the ambiance and see what we are being presented with. Pause it. Aim. No, start over. Start over. I did not tell you to play. Why are you auto-playing? Dr. Clef is on the rampage. Good work to everybody who got hit by a ukulele. Intern Hunter Mark. Good meme. Good meme. Next on our list of fanartist is Dark Duality. Dark Duality brings us art of SCP-847. I don't remember if I'm actually familiar with this anomaly, but it's very colorful and threatening. Watch yourself. Furthermore, some previous arts from Dark Duality with added context of inspiration. Very interesting reference work. Thank you, Dark Duality. Pardon me again. Intern Funk. I have personally given you a warning to drop the issue of sharing Bible verses in my chat. I did not give you permission to continue arguing with Desk about it. I am telling you, this is your last warning to drop the issue. I told you. We, as a community, are tired of being spammed Bible verses from every Tom, Dick, and Harry that drops in the chat and drops a random Bible verse. It is not cute. It is off subject of our conversation. It is considered spamming. If you ask me or Desk about it again, we will hide you from the chat. We want you to be welcome in the SCP community, to have fun with the SCP authors and artists and the art we make. But we have told you to drop this issue. This is your last opportunity. And I'm only granting you this far of an opportunity because I appreciated one of your questions the other day. Sharing Bible verses is bad within certain contexts. There is a time and place, and this is not that time and place. End of subject. Mamori, how the hell did you do this fast? How the hell did you do this fast? Was this not brought up just yesterday? Yesterday's stream? I do believe this is only what we talked about yesterday. How did you... I'm beautiful. Dr. Sherman in a wedding dress. Honestly, I need a cosplay creator to commission a dress. I did not expect this. That looks fire. Good work, Mamori. Good work. Damn. Damn. Next up, we have Froy. Froy has brought us Clef and Mary. A very nice Clef and Mary. Good work. And has brought along for us some more. Is that a 999 made of bracelets? That's what I'm seeing here. Very nice, Froy. Very nice. And our final Fanartist of the day, and also today's thumbnail, from Wednesday's stream, Dr. Sherman hitting the 173 peanut pose. I also enjoy Marker Muncher's Scott Pilgrim-esque art style. Intern Funk, we've reached the end of fan art, and we've reached the end of your participation in this stream. I warned you several times to drop the subject, and you didn't. This is what happens when you break the rules. But to our fan artists, a very positive congratulations and great success. Very nice fan arts, everybody. Did my art submission make it to the inbox and I didn't pass muster? Chester Factory, I did not see an email from you. Now it's time to check the spam. Check the spam. Inbox. No Chester Factory there. Uh-oh. There was a spam. There was a spam. Oops. Chester Factory, thank you for being here. And thank you for saying something. Here is Chester Factory's hidden art. The Dr. Sherman cryptocurrency Sherm coin. With the backside of the coin being to finish SCP Procrastinati-J. Oh me, oh my. Oh, also, a new segment for Fan Art Friday that thankfully Chester Factory made me remember. It's called From the Desk of Desk. This is when Desk shows me some art from the fan art folder in the Site42 Discord that Desk has decided I should see. Now, Desk, I would very much like it in the future if you showed me who made these arts. If you told me along with this. Because you forwarded me art, but I can't credit them right now. Oh, I can go here. This is from Artist Rain. I was a teenage Dr. Sherman. Do I feel a little Code Lyoko in this, maybe? I feel a little Code Lyoko in this. It's quite a look. Dr. Sherman from the Cadet Academy. And then, the Desk shared a second. Desk approved fan art from the fan art server. Fan art channel. This comes from the Angel Gabriel. And this is a very, very transcendent Dr. Clef. I can't believe Dr. Clef has entered the Avatar state. I am now terrified. I did not know Clef, besides being a reality bender, was also the Avatar. I guess that makes sense, actually. But very good work. Good work to our other fan artists. Remember, you can send your fan art to the Site42 Fan Art Friday email address to guarantee it being shown as long as you follow the rules. Or you can instead maybe share it in the Discord server, and maybe the Desk will pick it up like a beautiful seashell and share it with us on the stream. Thank you, Fan Art Friday submitters. Let's get Chesta Factory out of the spam. Thank you. Welcome back, Chesta Factory. You were, in fact, cool, even if Gmail thought you weren't. Gmail can eat a big one for its lies. Okay. We are back to the chat. For the remaining 27 minutes of this stream, I will be going through the donations that I have missed from the opening segments, and then we will have general Q&A. So let's begin. Intern Mark C. Thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as going through the Ko-Fi to guarantee your donation goes further. We appreciate your effort. Grab yourself some popcorn chicken on your way past the commissary. The Shark Punching Center will get a movie before the Foundation at this point. How disappointing. I mean, the Shark Punching Center does have Do Not Go Gentle Into That Shark Night, which is a fantastic 80s action B movie involving the Shark Punching Center fighting a shark kaiju. I would pay to see that movie in theaters. Mr. Hands needs to be brought to the big screen. Next up, Aoki, thank you for sending a star to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. I am sure that they are proud to be a 1-star ranked chat. We will see if that improves over the course of stream. Intern Pimp Demon, thank you for your first donation of today's stream. Get yourself a 2-piece fried chicken platter on your way past the commissary. I done it, fools. They said I couldn't be done, but I, Dr. Pimp, have fused the power of Decamaster, Kiriri Red, and Wolzard. Mwahaha, I might be the ultimate Super Sentai Power Rangers. That sounds something we probably ought to look into containing. Possibly. Can someone look into what the hell's going on there? Intern Alexa, thank you for sending a star to the Containment Hazard Assessment team, as well as I don't know, thank you for sending a star. With your powers combined, you have got them to be a 3-star Containment Hazard Assessment team, halfway to 5 stars. Pullman Fight, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Grab yourself a big old plate of mashed potatoes on your way past the commissary. Dr. Sherman, here's some money to upgrade/update your workstation. My favorite flowers are the pink and purple orchids. What's your favorite flowers? So, A, thank you for your generosity. We do have some major tech upgrades to make, along with this giant convention that's coming up in 2 weeks. Also, a reminder, besides this convention, I'm going to for the SCP community to try and network and hobnob among YouTube staff as well as the bigger YouTube creators who will be present. There's also, what's the phrase I'm looking for? MetroCon coming up in the end of the month. MetroCon is an anime convention in Tampa, Florida that I will be attending and hosting panels at. So if you wish to interact with me in person, MetroCon would be a damn fine place to do it. So also, my favorite flowers in general are sunflowers. And also, on that note, Flowery the Flower is pretty hip these days, I see. Very charming entity. Pimp Demon, thank you for donating again to say, me, is Dr. Sherman's hair an SCP? No. The on-site stylist does it just fine, with no anomalies needed. Also, grab yourself a bagel on the way to the break room. I do like a bagel. Dr. Sherman being held back by the mobile task forces. You bastard, that's my line! Oh, no, I am sharing and caring wise. I'm not going to worry about that. I am not arrogant and selfish in any manner. And you don't have to watch your step around me in such things. Nothing terrible will befall you. Ultimate Squid asks, what is this channel? Welcome, Ultimate Squid. You must be waking up from some sort of amnestic therapy, but that's okay. I'll explain. We are the SCP Foundation. You work for us. This stream is only open to those who work for the SCP Foundation, a very secret organization that hides monsters and magic in anomalous locations from the general public. And so this is your daily briefing. I have streamed every day for a year and 2 months to answer staff questions about the anomalies we contain, the staff who contain them, the groups of interest who try to stop us from containing them, and hypothetical containment procedures about anomalies that fall outside of our purview, as if they come from a different multiverse or pataphysical narrative level, i.e. fandom. So yes, we appreciate you coming to join us, and if you have questions about our work, feel free to hang out. Oh wait, I work for you guys. That's right, ink is funny. It's very common. We go through a lot of amnestic treatment here at the Foundation because of the horrors that we see on a daily basis. So it's not shocking to have to reintroduce to someone but to their work. But I've never heard of this. Ultimate Squid, that is the amnestic. She must have seen something real bad to get drugged that hard. But don't worry, you will be rehabbed by medical and you'll be back in your standard position soon. In the meantime, if you have questions about us, I'm happy to answer. Our general Q&A continues for the next 20 minutes. Ace of Luck, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Grab yourself some French fries on your way past the commissary. Dr. Sherman, may I have your name? I promise I'm not a fae disguised as Ace. Definitely not. No way, no house. No sir. Name, please. Whether you are a fae folk or not, no. My name is my name. My name's not your name. I have my name one. You cannot have some. Coolman Fight, thank you for donating again to say, we have secure and contain a self-aware toaster that wants to burn the world in nuclear fire, and it keep toaster a smaller death ray with a smaller energy supply, and it is from Big Mountain. Well, yeah, let's not let the toaster destroy the world. That would be bad. Let's keep that thing contained. Sounds great. That we secure and contain that, and we are protecting the world. Good work. Sigma Ohio, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a blueberry muffin on your way past the commissary. Guess who's back? That's right, me. Also, every SCP versus Omniverse murder, a Omniverse who stays at the Omniverse who is extremely powerful. That is such a tautology. Anyways, the SCP Foundation sweeps because SCP-3812 will exist on a higher narrative level above that omniversal thing, meaning the omniversal thing, which is now fictional, just gets deleted. Very easy. That is the win button of SCPs. As long as it is a fictional entity, 3812 sweeps. Intern Evan Hansen's left arm. Thank you for the GOAT trophy for the Containment Hazard Assessment team. I'm sure they feel proud to be the GOATs. Ace of Luck, thank you for donating again to say, here's my first donation of today's stream. What did I miss? It seems your conversational personal communications device has been hijacked in a manner, or at least someone has logged into your account. You should look into that with InfoSec. Ace of Luck. Sigma Ohio, thank you for donating again to say, Omniverse murder versus every SCP in the SCP verse. Who do you think would win, guys? I think Omniverse wins murder, to be completely honest. And you might have heard, I seemingly disagree with you. Intern Red, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself some red vines on your way past the commissary. SCP-096 is mogging me. Interesting, I did not know that SCP-096 did anything except cry and whine and murder. In what way did 096 quote-unquote mog you? Intern Fleetway, thank you for sending a laughing disco to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. I'm sure they busted some very comical yet sweet moves. Intern Donut, welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. What should I do if I accidentally summon SCP-999 into my house? Intern Dino Man, I would be very worried and confused because summoning is not a manner with which to call SCP-999. It is not a frickin' demon, after all. What you have there is a demon disguised as a sweet, gooey anomaly. You should be worried and flee the premises immediately. And stop summoning frickin' demons. Intern Lumen, thank you for your first donation of today's stream. Grab yourself a cake to pop on your way past the commissary. Help, a guy is shooting stuff and it's cleaning them. Help, a guy is shooting stuff and it's cleaning them. Do we have some sort of cleaning gun? Are you watching someone play the hit video game Power Wash Simulator by chance? That is in fact a cleaning gun, but it's a non-anomalous cleaning gun. It's nothing to worry about. Dr. Sherman, you give dad vibes. You're our dad for real, for real. Intern Jinx Jax. Yes, I am told very often that I give off some sort of father figure, dad, daddy, zaddy, other nouns of the same like vibes. And as long as you don't make it weird, I guess that's fine. A lot of people in the chat are saying kitchen gun. What in hell's name is a kitchen gun? Okay, everybody here seemingly knows the reference to some sort of kitchen gun. Kitchen gun. In stores now, BBC Absolute Jokes are funny. Okay, so this is simply a meme video on the internet that seems to be posted way back in 2007. So wow, this is a old meme, but it checks out situation. So yes, apparently enough people know about Kitchen Gun that maybe check out that meme later. It seems to be not SCP adjacent, but it is from 2007 at the very least, which is the year that the SCP Foundation was founded on the internet. That's right, both Kitchen Gun and the SCP Foundation are 19 years old. I'm sorry, Dr. Sherman, for the irrelevant question, but I couldn't help notice the aptly named stream. Might your stream be a reference to hit 90s alternative band REM? 'Tis a wonderful choice. Intern Sonic Goalie. Excellent musical lyric knowledge. Yes, in fact, if you look at the thumbnail, I am doing a peanut pose. And I decided that it would be a funny reference to bring that song into the equation to highlight the absurdity. Furthermore, that is my current pick for credit song. The end credit song that we do at the end of every stream. However, I did forget to mention that as we are trying to make our way to that very expensive YouTuber convention, and I am soliciting extra donations from the staff to help me buy the frankly absurd ticket costs for that thing. The tickets are between $850 and $1,550. That's a big rise for someone who is not exceptionally rich. But as an incentive to donate more to help me represent the SCP Foundation at this famous YouTuber convention, the highest single donor to today's stream has the choice to pick the end credit song. And so if you want to donate a large donation in order to choose the end credit song, that is an option you have today. I don't do this often. I usually pick a song that's thematically appropriate. But this is an option you have. Right now, the current winners are either Pimp Demon or Coolman Fight. Desk, if you would look up DKK 100 and NOK 100 to see what those translate to see if they are more or less than $5. Right now, $5 is the current winner unless those DOK or NOKs are worth more. $15.50, I'm not even making minimum wage. Intern, call me Cal, yes. The reason those are so expensive is because this is highfalutin YouTuber industry, content creators with millions of subs, who are making cool things, who have who have quit their day job, obviously. And so this is meant to be a highfalutin networking event. When you look into venture capital and how the rich maintain their dominance, it's by locking out the plebeians like us with these high-cost tickets. But as a community, if all of you donate as much as you can, which could be $1 to $2 to $3 to $5, then perhaps as a group, we can afford to send one of us, me, in order to go do diplomacy on our behalf. Meet different famous YouTubers, befriend them, teach them about the SCP Foundation. Maybe they know a filmmaker who would be interested in a nice Creative Commons horror community. Intern Yellow. Markiplier is not slated to be on there, but it could be a surprise. Who knows? I do know H Bomber Guy, Corridor Digital, Ranboo is going to be there. Aaron from Game Grumps is going to be there. Okay, Coolman Fight is currently the top donor for song choosing whims for the credit song. Nope, no more. Markski is now the biggest donor, has taken that. But I'll get to Markski, you're donating in a moment. I've got a couple more to read first. So, Sigma Ohio, thank you for donating twice again to say. Twisted Normality, I'm going to be honest, he breaks the fourth wall, meaning I don't think he's fictional, and he can sometimes make alternate versions of entities. Who wins, guys? Who wins? I think Twisted Normality again, but that guy typically wipe out all of the fiction, apparently. Well, it looks like it is a race to see who can race to the highest pataphysical narrative level before deleting the other. It seems like it would be a tricky business. Reminder, by the way, Sigma Ohio, you are very interested in these power scaling like questions. And I just want to let you know, I'm humoring the power scaling like questions because I find power scaling kind of fun from time to time, as long as you don't take it too seriously and make a mess of things and be a jerk about it. But remember that the SCP community is not a power scaling community. A lot of people treat SCP monsters like power scaling entities, but the SCP authors themselves, the people who write these entities, don't take power scaling in mind when writing their entities. They are just writing stories for fun. So keep that in mind. You're trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. Although, no, I should say you're fitting a round peg into a square hole, since even though it's not supposed to fit, everything can fit in the square hole. Mark C., thank you for donating again and taking the lead as the top donor of today's stream. If you want to pick a song for the credit song, or you can choose to just leave it as REM's Losing My Religion, which is our current credit song. Mark C., donating big here due to Ko-Fi being weird. I'm sorry Ko-Fi is being weird. That's frustrating. Important message to all staff attending. Remember to hydrate your meat suits. Dying by dehydration disqualifies you from your foundation standard life insurance. Yes, that is a self-imposed death, which voids your foundation life insurance. So be careful with that. Hydrate. 369 Destroyer, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Grab yourself some beefed jerky on your way past the commissary. Best response, I gave a Faye asking for my name was only if I can have yours. Since that name was attached to all my debts, I got a clean slate. And the person from the woods knit that shall remain nameless fell for that? Huh. How long are these streams? Intern Yamada. Site 42 briefings vary in length from around 20 to 30 minutes on a short day to 3 hours on a long day. Today's stream, by the way, time checks ends in 7 minutes. So today's stream will be ending soon. Keep the same outro song. I'm just donating for the cause. Well, thank you, Mark C., for helping me to ascend to the highest possible level to get the most face time with these content creators and YouTube staff members. I appreciate your generosity in helping us out with that. Hopefully, this can be an interesting opportunity to bring us closer to an SCP movie, since Hollywood is completely ignoring us. I like to donate when I can, but I never have much to donate, sorry. Intern Rain, do not fret, as we always say during the outro. We're an arts community. We definitely understand starving artists. But what you're doing by chatting is you're providing engagement. When you make fan art that we can share on stream, that's engagement. It spreads us in the algorithm. It helps other people find Site 42. Our sub count is still growing. We are getting more powerful day by day. Remember, we are still just within 35,000 to 40,000 subscribers of sneaking by the sleeping giant, the Volgan, to be the next most subscribed YouTube channel related to the SCP Foundation. So, I mean, don't wake up the Volgan from his hiatus. We love Volgan, but if we can sneak by the giant, that would be very funny. So yes, we appreciate you even if you can't donate, or even if you can donate very little, because if you're a member of Mobile Task Force Sci 42, codename Signal Boosters, you helping with engagement helps us to spread not just ourselves, but the SCP projects that we try to support. The next time an SCP movie goes around, I am hoping that we have enough clout to get it funded. Artist Rain, thank you for your $1 donation to today's stream. We do appreciate any crumb of generosity. A little bit from a lot of people is how we grow this. I do not want anyone donating past a place where it would cause them financial harm. You need to take care of yourself first. A little bit is fine. From a million people, that starts to grow. Sigma Ohio, thank you for donating again to say. Omni-Vessel murder versus all of SCPs except without that guy who shows all fiction who wins. I mean, we also have the SCP Foundation Pataphysics Department. So even without 3812, we are well versed at containing fictional entities and things from other pataphysical narrative levels. So the Pataphysics Department still can do a big help in getting rid of that. Wait, isn't it Fan Art Friday today? Yes, Doc Watson, lols. You're here at the very end of Fan Art Friday with 4 minutes remaining in stream. We've already looked through the fan art. You'll have to go back to the beginning of the VOD. Intern Velasquez, thank you for sending 2 100s to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. I am sure they will keep it 100 twice as hard as at your urging. What qualifies as an SCP? Like if my toaster starts flying, is that an SCP? It's not the nuclear one. Intern Random Noun, to qualify as an SCP, you must be anomalous. So your flying toaster does, in fact, fit that qualification. It must exist on the SCP database. Now, I don't think your flying toaster is on the SCP database. And it must be an SCP documented. It must have its own SCP designation, SCP number. And so, once it fulfills those qualifications, it is an SCP. Until then, it is simply anomalous. Amber, thank you for sending a floating heart to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. I am certain they feel the love. Dr. Sherman, my friend Chip is a very big fan of yours. Can you give him a shout out? Intern Dino Man, because I am feeling generous today. Hello, Intern Chip. I hope you are doing well. Sigma Ohio, thank you for donating again to say. To be honest, I don't think you would win against Omniverse or Murder, typically then, with all the SCPs, except for that guy who wipes out fiction. Now, don't forget, the SCP universe does have a narrative-destroying entity. We have the Scarlet King, who was slain by 7 important people wielding 7 important spears. We have a lot of Asspole lore as well. So Asspole to Asspole, I think the SCP Foundation has enough authors of talent versus the creepypastas you are citing. I think we can be a little more creative in our solutions. If we're doing narrative to narrative, I would pit the SCP Foundation, the world's possibly largest online collaborative creative endeavor, against most of them. Marksy, thank you for donating again, and thank you for your very large donation to the cause. In lieu of your extreme generosity for this donation, please go to the commissary, and when they ask you what you want to order, I want you to perform the good guy knock. For those not in the know, the good guy knock is the opening of shave and a haircut. And then don't do the ending. You have to wait for the person on the other side of the door to do that's the good guy knock. It's very important. Now, if you do that at the commissary, I have told them in advance to grant you the gray stuff. This delightful treat, imported directly from the pataphysical narrative level of the film, Beauty and the Beast, after all, is quite delicious. I think you'll enjoy it, and thank you for your intense generosity. All right, people, last big one for the week. It's all up to you now. Don't disappoint me. Intern Marksy out. Again, thank you, Intern Marksy, for your generosity, and thank you to everyone who is or will be donating extra during this time to get me the ability to FaceTime with these very highfalutin YouTube creators and staff from YouTube Corporate so that we can improve our craft here at Site 42, spread the intel we get to the greater SCP community of content creators, as well as introduce them to the SCP universe, get them interested in it, and to befriend people, make friends of friends and acquaintances that we can call on for future projects. There are a lot of upsides to this in the soft power of Site 42 and the SCP Foundation, and so I thank you for all of your extra donations during this time to help mitigate the very expensive cost of going to this. Yeesh. And I do warn you, I want to make this clear. There's no guarantee that anything big will come out of this right out the gate, or even down the line. This is a risky endeavor. But it's one of those things that rich people get to take these shots, and the rest of us don't. And so this is giving one of us, at least, this shot to see what happens. And trust me, if you do send me to this thing, I will not throw away my shot. Sigma Ohio, thank you for donating again to say, He easily destroys multiverse, could probably finish fiction other than other versions of himself, and probably could easily defeat Scarlet King. Yes, but he is fictional as well, because he doesn't exist in our multiverse on our pataphysical narrative level. So, because it's fiction, it's not any stronger than any other fiction-destroying entity. Do you see? It's still a measuring tape against likes in that case. Intern Donut, welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. Intern Velasquez, thank you for sending a total of 5 100s and 1 chili to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. I'm sure they will keep it 5 times as 100 at your urging, and they will also enjoy the spicy treat. Now, Site 42 staff. This is the end of today's stream. We have made it to the finish of Fanart Friday. So, as always, at the end of stream, I tell you guys my favorite SCPs. Now, of course, I'm not going to tell you that my favorites are the ones I personally wrote. That would be sheer narcissism and cheating. But if you do want to read the SCPs I personally wrote, you can go to VSherm's author page in Site 42 Hub on the SCP database. There you can see the SCPs I personally wrote, as well as contributed voice lines or sound effects too. And while you're on my author page, one tab over, you'll find a list of links. Links that people ask about in the chat all the time, but then they just aren't clever enough to find. It's so sad for them, but not for you. You'll find those links because I believe in you, Containment Hazard Assessment Team. You are clever. And when you do find those links, you'll have the choice to become a Site 42 Patreon patron or YouTube channel member to donate to us monthly. You can do a Ko-Fi or a YouTube Super Chat and donate to us one at a time. Either way, direct donations are the quickest way to help us out with our general keeping the lights on here at Site 42, as well as special projects that we are making our way to, like this crazy YouTube convention. So we thank you for your generosity if you are able to donate. And if you are not, do not fret, Site 42 staff. We understand being a broke bitch as part of the SCP art community. We understand starving artists. No offense, broke gang. Trust me, we feel you. But you are still able to donate your time and effort as members of Mobile Task Force Sci 42, codenamed the Signal Boosters. When you like, share, subscribe, comment, chat, make fan art, memes, quips, edits, clips, out of context compilations, you are not only spreading us at Site 42, but you are spreading the SCP projects we support, the SCP Wiki and its authors and artists, the SCP filmmakers, game devs, animators, merch makers, podcasters, and also do the same for them. Don't just signal boost Site 42. Signal boost those projects as well along with me. The more we can spread them in the algorithm, the more people learn about them, the more people who have money can donate to them. So we thank you for your service and helping us out to get bigger and better SCP projects. Now, before my favorite SCPs, I saw a couple more donations come in. 100 stars, thank you for sending a glitter bomb to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. I'm sure they'll love cleaning that up yet again. And then I go here. Dedo, thank you for donating for the first time today, and thank you for going through the Ko-Fi. Please do not take anything from the commissary. We don't want you making more anomalous parapharmaceuticals on our watch. Dedo is asking Dr. Shore Man if he plays awesome countertop game of D&D, and if there is interest in Dedo campaign. Dedo DM. Snacks provided from commissary. I am a D&D enthusiast. I have not played in a very long time, but my claim to fame is that I DM'd a 10-person, 2-year-long weekly campaign of the Dresden Files Fate System tabletop role-playing game. It was a very long and vast story-wise campaign. It actually was part of my introduction to SCP, since when I ran out of stories ideas, I would use SCP entities and the SCP Foundation in the lore, since it meshed with the urban fantasy stylings of the Dresden Files universe. So, yes, I am a tabletop enthusiast. I worry about what a Dedo game would entail, but you would have to find some other players, probably, to agree. Let's see how that goes first. Sleepless Dragon, thank you for sending sparkles to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. I'm sure another glitter bomb will entertain them to clean up. And now, my favorite SCPs in no particular order are SCP-3999, SCP-3043, SCP-008-J, SCP-Spooky-J, SCP-5031, SCP-5175, SCP-5320, and SCP-8980. Content warning on that last one. It's a bit of a rough read. Speed round. 399-304-306-J5 content warning. That's what's a rough read. Now, Site 42 staff, that's been another Fanart Friday, a subsidiary of the anomalous broadcast from Site 42. Hope you had fun. Hope you learned something. Be safe, be well, and as always, secure, contain, protect. I'll see you in the next video or stream. Oh, life is bigger. It's bigger than you, and you are not me. The lengths that I will go to, the distance in your eyes. Oh no, I've said too much. I set it up. That's me in the corner. That's me in the spotlight, losing my religion. Trying to keep up with you, and I don't know if I can do it. Oh no, I've said too much. I haven't said enough. I thought that I heard you laughing. I thought that I heard you sing. I think I thought I saw you try. Intern Sigma, Ohio. Singing is not embarrassing. Singing rocks. People should be less embarrassed of it. Singing is awesome. You should try it. Also, the only thing I'm ashamed of is the fact that I forgot that I was going to parody this by saying, that's me in the corner. That's me in the spotlight doing the peanut pose. You know, because of the thumbnail. So, yes, Site 42 staff, I hope you had fun. I hope you learned something. Be safe, be well, and as always, secure, contain, protect. I'll see you in the next stream.